Hello and welcome back to another episode of Blockscape Weekly. So I'll start off with a quick apology for the video being a day late, but unfortunately the developer was a little bit behind schedule with the electricity update, and I wanted to make sure I got some of that content in here for you. So the electric toolbox, the developers nearly got it working, and I've had a little chance to play with it myself as it is already, and it really is a lot of fun. There are a few bugs, but that's to be expected at this stage. Hopefully it'll be ready and available to you soon. It really is worth the wait. So in this version of the game that I got to have a go on, there were 10 new blocks I got to play with. There was the electric wire, the battery, the capacitor, the resistor, the AND gate, NAND gate, OR gate and XOR gate. And there was also another block in there that I wasn't quite sure what it does. So there's a few different blocks in there, a few logic blocks and just a few normal kind of electronic switching kind of components, but plenty of stuff to get your hands stuck in on. There are some other items in the kit, but they're not viewable or available to be seen yet. So we've also got things like countdown timers and clocks, and then of course all the other sensors as well that I mentioned last week that are still to be added in. Now most of the blocks, because they are just an individual one by one block, they have got markings on so you can kind of distinguish which are which. And that's usually by the way of having little markings on the top, which are generally the electronic symbols that are used today. They do kind of have to face one way or the other, so make sure when you're placing them you know which way you want to place them and do that, otherwise you'll end up causing yourselves all sorts of problems in having things facing the wrong way around and such like. Also in this update we've got the 2-state models coming in. So these are models that you can place and then you left or right click to open and close them or change their state. But then if you want to destroy or place blocks to them, then you just hold shift and left and right click. So it kind of changes your control slightly when you're using a model. You left click to open and close or right click to open and close, and then just hold shift and then it will go back to your normal controls. Just means that when you're kind of walking through a door you just have to click on it. You don't have to worry about any other sort of fancy commands. So these models have 2 states, which you can probably imagine, and the one included in this update is a nice simple wooden door, so you can have that open or closed. We've also, in with this update, we've had a new block added, which is the door handle block, which is a nice kind of decorative block we can have for when we're doing decorations on doors and things like that. So in with the version, you've got 2 different versions of the door. You've got the normal door and the auto door. Now the auto door can be controlled by the electronics, so it's a little electronic kind of junction box in the door frame. Now that's a little bit buggy, but I'm sure that'll be fixed by the time it's released to you guys. But that also means that then you can use your electronic circuits you made, have combination locks and things, and allow them to open your doors. Here's a couple of pictures of a simple combination door lock I made using the electric toolbox and the new models. I didn't spend too long playing with the electric toolbox because I wanted to make sure that I could get this video out to you guys. Unfortunately the combo door lock didn't work too well. The theory was all there, but it didn't work completely just because of a few minor bugs. But when that's all fixed, things like that will be great fun to make. So I did a little bit of looking through the code on the 2-state models. We can view the programming for the models on in a text reader like Notepad. That allows us to kind of program our own models if we want to. Now the new 2-state models aren't too different. There's not much to it, so we should be able to make some really kind of nice doors, trapdoors, things like that. So I really look forward to seeing what kind of creations you've got coming up with those. Remember, just give me an email over at adaminoski@gmail.com and let me know what sort of stuff you've come up with, or you can post it on the forums and have a look at it there. So on to other news. A big congratulations to the developer of Blockscape. He's put in a hell of a lot of hard work and it's really starting to pay off. Blockscape has just managed to pass 100,000 registered users and has managed to creep its way up to 15th on the Steam Greenlight. For those of you who don't know what Steam Greenlight is, it's a new feature added by Steam allowing indie developers to publish their games and get them released on Steam. It works on a voting basis, so make sure you head over to Steam and vote for Blockscape, and hopefully we can get it released on Steam as well. So let's have a quick talk about the forums, as I don't think that they've been mentioned enough here. The forums are a great place to kind of join and get involved with the community of Blockscape. There's a lot going on there, a lot of user creations and lots of things that you can get involved with, things like suggestions and reporting bugs to the developer as well. Now the main kind of benefit of being involved in the forums is the forum previews. Now what this is the developer releases kind of mini versions of the game, which are the new updates. So before they get released on the main homepage, they get released in the forums for us to kind of try, test out for bugs, see if there's any kind of fixes and changes that need doing, and only then isn't released onto the main homepage. So if you want to get a bit of an early look into the new updates that are being involved, that's kind of the updates that I talk about on these videos here. Make sure you head over to the forums. I'll put a link down in the description and you can kind of see all the updates there, get involved, and it's really kind of allowing the community to shape the way the game is made. The developer is very active on the forums. He kind of has a look at everything that's going on and takes kind of our views and our thoughts into consideration when adding new features to the game. So make sure you head there, see what kind of stuff people have had suggestions for, and get involved. Now, the electric toolbox update isn't out on the forum just yet, but keep your eyes open and it will be there shortly. So now we come on to the work that's been done by you. So our model this week is a simple little program called GhostFrame, and it's made by this guy, and it's really going to help all you builders out there. This program will allow you to load a picture off of the internet or your computer and put it in a handy little window that you can change in size and transparency. It will stay on top of your game and allow you to have a nice handy reference image you can move around without having to worry about tabbing out of your game. Very handy indeed, and I know I will be using it quite a lot. So today's texture pack is a texture pack made just this week by a user called JRab. And he's made a texture pack based on the film Silent Hill. It really is an interesting texture pack, but definitely one for those of you who want a horror feel from Blockscape. And then we come on to our user creation for this week. This week we've got a Roman-inspired town made by Kibo. This was posted on the forum a few months ago, and Kibo's really managed to nail the Roman architecture, and it's starting to look fantastic. So last of all this week, I'm going to be announcing the winners of last week's competition. So last week I asked you to tell me why you feel you should win. So I've chosen the best two answers, and because I hit that target last week, I'm going to give them both a copy of Blockscape. So the first winner this week is DarkeRenny, and his comment was, "I've hunted all over for a game like this, and the closest would be Minecraft, which simply didn't have the feel I was looking for. Playing the demo of Blockscape and roaming the infinite cracks beneath the earth simply caused the game to feel like home. That's why I'd like a copy, because this game takes the open world freedom to a whole new level." And the second winner this week, we've got Rashen3695 with his comment, "I would enjoy this game because I am an architect and I need a better way to visualise my work before releasing it. I enjoy watching games like this go from barely anything to the biggest thing ever, and I believe this game is going to be amazing, not only for artists or architectures, but also people who like to explore and survive and build their own place called home." So congratulations to you both, I will be contacting you shortly. So all in the good nature of competitions, and because I'm so good to you, I'm going to give away yet another copy of Blockscape. So this time I'm asking you to subscribe and comment, but this time I want you to comment saying what you'd like to be added to the game. Tell us what you think should be in there next and how you want to see it done. So remember to subscribe, share, like and favourite this video. Thanks for watching, I've been GNRfrancis, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Blockscape Weekly.